Portugal saw the opportunity in the Polish-British divorce and declared war to regain Gibraltar. This territory was supposed to go back to Portugal in just 8 years, in 1829, but King John IV needed to show his strength in order to keep eternal peace. Both sides called their allies to help, and suddenly outdated and understaffed Polish army had to fight along the whole Austrian border. While Portugal besieged Gibraltar and British Marines were sent all around the world to capture strategic Portuguese locations, war on the Polish side started quietly. First skirmish involving Poles was actually a naval battle between 5 Polish frigates attacked by the Caribbean Admiral Uriel Cortereal near Puerto Rico. While the land army was underfunded and outdated, the state of the navy was even worse. Caribbean forces won smoothly, sinking 2 Polish frigates while losing only 2 auxiliary ships from Alfonso de Guimaraes' squadron that joined the fight later. Admiral de Guimaraes later caught the rest of the Polish Atlantic Fleet near Turks and Caicos Islands and achieved another victory, even though Poles were joined by the British 7 Colonies Fleet. After that, all Polish navies were grounded and didn't play any role until the end of the war. On land, luckily for Emperor Alexander, Austrians also weren't ready and both sides had some time to prepare. Zygmunt Kiszka's Bohemian Corps marched from Prague to Linz and started the siege. At the same time, Austrian forces led by the Archduke himself entered Polish territory near St. Pölten and Eisenstadt. Another small unit marched towards Zagreb. Austrians tried to relieve Linz, but were repelled by the Poles. At the same time, another Austrian corps entered Szyszak area and the Swiss corps joined the front line. Albert Hilsen's Southern Corps was formed in Vienna and marched to western Hungary to secure the flank, while Paulus Wiśniewicki's reserve army relieved Eisenstadt. Turkish Corps, led by Rafał Pociej, was joined by Hilsen's forces and defeated the Swiss at Zologeset. Bishop Kager retreated south and was followed by Polish forces that caught him near Varażdin. Pociej had twice as many soldiers and won a flawless victory. A week later, the first Austrian offensive along the whole border was launched. Pociej attacked the Swiss at Maribor, Hilsen moved south to relieve Zagreb, and Wiśniewiecki attacked Friedrich V von Habsburg at St. Pölten. By the end of April, Linz fell, and Kiszka's forces moved south to cut off the Archduke. On 7th of May, the offensive finished its first stage. Polish forces won their battles, and the Judenburg area was under siege. With the end of May, Austrians regrouped and attacked in the Second Battle of Maribor. Rafał Pociej was soon reinforced by Hilsen's Southern Corps and Wiśniewicki's Reserve Corps, and together they crushed Austrian forces. Humiliated Archduke had to flee. Georgian and Tatar forces entered Dalmatia from the south, forcing troops led by Buzek to reposition north near Zagreb, where he fortified at the river Sava. Kiszka's Bohemian Corps attacked from southeast and was reinforced by Hilsen's forces. Battle ended on 26th of September 1821. Polish side lost 6,000 while Austrians led by Buzek lost twice as many. The second Austrian offensive could begin. Without much resistance, Polish forces reached the Austrian capital of Linz by the end of February and captured it by June. Then Polish troops met Lombard forces near the Udine-Veneto line. They were attacking Austria from the west in a separate war. Unfortunately, war wasn't going as smoothly everywhere. British forces were overextended and suffered many casualties during 7 battles at Bern when they tried to force Switzerland out of the war. Also, the garrison of Gibraltar finally fell, and British Emperor George III Cavendish had to negotiate peace, which was signed in June 1823. War that took 250,000 souls from each side ended without major changes in Europe, although Portuguese colonies from Brazil and Peru were given independence, and the Zambezi area was settled under English control. After the war, Emperor Alexander could finally reorganize his army to meet more modern standards. Polish troops were organized into divisions, 15,000 of flying soldiers in the infantry division or 18,000 in cavalry division. they were grouped further into corps and armies. The Polish army kept this structure for nearly 100 years without major changes.